Welcome back, everybody, to another episode here on Lyfe Choyces on YouTube. We're here today at Good Time Tattoo with owner, operator, and tattoo artist Jake Davis. Thank you very much for...
Good to see you again, brother.
Thank you for
Always
having
a pleasure.
Interview.
Of course.
Jake here is a wonderful tattoo artist that I've known for a few years. So while we're here today at Good Time Tattoo having this lovely interview, we're actually here to find out about your story, how you actually became a tattoo artist, a tattoo shop owner, and how much you really love doing what you do. So we'll get into the first question with you right now, which is, what life choice do you think stands out the most for you that prompt you into the idea of becoming a tattoo artist?
Well, my story basically starts like way back when I was a little kid. My grandpa actually opened a tattoo shop when I was like 5. But I never really thought about it until maybe I was like 18 and I got my first tattoo. And I'll never forget, like, you know, at that time, you're 18, you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life job-wise. And, like, you're trying a bunch of stuff. And I tried a few things and didn't like any of them. But when I went and got a tattoo, I was like, talked to the guy what I wanted, sat there with him while he drew it up, and then, you know, got the tattoo and then paid for it. And I remember after it, when I gave him the money, it was like a light bulb in my head. Like, man, we just had fun, like, for the last couple hours. That's an awesome job. And then I just went back to working regular jobs for a long time. And then my cousin actually really talked me into it because I was always drawing and painting and stuff. And he like kept telling me, you'd make a good tattoo artist. You'd make a good tattoo artist. One day I actually got laid off from doing plumbing. And I was going like on job hunts, just trying to like put in interviews and stuff. And I had another epiphany where I'm like, man, no matter what job I get, I'm never going to like it because all these jobs to me are just not fun. And that's when I took the opportunity. I was like decided to go try to learn how to tattoo.
Really, like, it was pretty much like a childhood idea since you were around it all the time. And then once we started getting tattooed, you really just fell in love with it. And you had a great support system. It sounds like it. Other people telling you, Jake, you have excellent artistic skill. You might want to think about doing this.
Definitely.
So my next question would be then, what would be a couple suggestions or absolute musts that you would tell an up-and-coming person who's looking at becoming a tattoo artist?
Really, it comes down to just like believing in yourself and being dedicated to drawing. You know what I mean? The more you draw, the better you get at it. And that's like really where you have to start to even begin to try to tattoo, I think. Yeah, I really like to do like all styles, but my favorite thing is probably like color tattoos.
Right.
Like kind of like new schoolish, illustrative. Like I have like drawings of my own that I really like to tattoo, but at the end of the day, I like to tattoo anything. So if they want to come in and get a tattoo, I'm happy to do it.
Who would you say in your life, alive or past, would be the biggest influences for you?
100%, like it would be my grandpa and my cousin. My grandpa actually is the one who started the tattoo shop. And I remember being young, watching him, like I would go to work with him. So like he never actually tattooed. He just opened a shop when he retired. And I remember like going to work with him, and like he had a really good time when he went to work, had fun. He'd show up, everybody knew him, and like he would go from guys' rooms and like see him and greet him. And then he'd just hang out. Like it was his home that everybody tattooed at. And I remember like watching him do that and getting really inspired at a young age to like be my own boss, you know what I mean? Because that's what he did.
It was sort of like he had like his own man cave away from the house.
Yes.
And he just had some really talented artists in there. And because you got to come in and out of the shop, you kind of got to know them and just really like...
Definitely. And a lot of the guys too, this was, you know, a long time ago. A lot of the guys I still know and I'm in contact with, and they're still tattooing. But then my cousin, he was a professional piercer for a long time, but then he took over my grandpa's shop. It was called Smoking Tattoos. It was in Ohio, in Kent. But he like really, if it wasn't for him, my cousin Jeremy, I would have never gotten into it because I was at the point where I was kind of drawing and painting, but I wasn't good because I was just starting on my own, you know. And he like took me under his wing, took me to work every day, and that's when I started my apprenticeship. But those two guys for sure, if it wasn't for them, I told my grandpa too a long time before he passed away because he got to watch me tattoo. I was like, if you wouldn't have gotten into tattooing, like there's no telling what I would have did. And it's like, I think like it was all meant to be because like I love tattooing, I love coming to work. And I have every day since I started, so it's just like, you know, definitely
meant to be.
Yeah, it was definitely all on him. And
well, I think that's why Jake and myself have gotten along so well since we first met at another location that he was working at. It was almost like just like an instant connection, an instant friendship because we both kind of have the same outlook on life, which is like, you know, the importance of like having a good support system and doing something that you love and being passionate about it, which is exactly why I come and go out of port, and every time I come back, the past 3-4 years, I always come back to you to be like, hey, thinking of getting a new tattoo, can we get to it? And
Yep.
a big thing that I liked about the last shop, which you have brought to your shop, is the kind of comfortableness when you walk into it. It's not like back in the day where you would walk in and feel a little kind of like nervous because you're in a tattoo shop. It's very
Like you're an outsider coming in or something.
I feel like any new person coming into Good Time Tattoo would feel that right away. They would just feel like the owner's amazing, the artists that work there are cool, the shop looks good, there's really amazing artwork out there, and it just has that come on in feeling, and don't be worried, we'll take care of you.
That's really been one of like the biggest compliments I've gotten from a lot of people when they come in. Good Time, the whole name itself was literally a light bulb moment for me. It was super easy when I'm like, what should I name the shop? Like, I have a good time every day when I come to work, and that's a big part of what I want people to have when they come in too, is I just want everyone to have a good time.
What would you say was the major contributing factor to giving you the idea to stop working in a shop for someone else and open up your own shop?
I thought about it for a long time. Like, I've always known that was like the end result, like end game, what I wanted to do. But what catapulted me to do it basically was like COVID. The shop that I met you at, I was working at for a long time. I was there for like 3 years or so, and we got shut down because of COVID. And then when we started to go back, the owner told me that she was shutting down because, obviously COVID was like a big financial like blow to a lot of companies that were already running. And the second that she told me she was closing down, like, it just in my head, like, I already knew. I was like, well, I'm just going to open my own. And then it was just perfect timing. I found this place by accident, actually, on my way home one night. And the owner for the building was like the only person that said, oh, tattoo shop? He's like, yeah, that seems like a good idea. I think it would be really cool there. And I knew as soon as he said that, I knew that this was going to be it. So, and since then, it was actually a year ago today that we opened, and everything's been going great.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I've always said it, life gives you what you need when you need it, not when you want it.
This is true. I believe that.
Life clearly wants you to be a tattoo artist and your own business owner, because it's very successful already, like you said, over the past year.
Being able to do what I love for a living and do it for myself and support my family, it's like I couldn't really ask for anything more. That's all I want to do.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. That pretty much sums up what we came here to chat with Jake about: tattooing, business, his story as to how he started out and how he's now a very successful tattoo artist. I want to thank you, Jake, very much for taking the time today.
Yeah,
always a good time here.
Exactly.
Please remember. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. I like that.
Please remember, if you're one of our viewers and you are a tattoo artist and you're interested in possibly looking for work, please hit Jake up. Walk into the Good Time Tattoo shop here. Hit him up on Instagram, which is
at Good Time Tattoo.
There you go. And you never know, you might be able to be lucky enough to come in here and work with a phenomenal human being, a great tattoo artist, and obviously a wonderful business owner. If you do like what you see here today on Lyfe Choyces, please hit like, subscribe, comment what you'd like to see again next time. Remember, you can do anything you want in life. All you got to do is put out the effort, have passion, and never forget that it's your move.